So I just did a podcast with Johnny from Johnny Slicks, and we were talking about some of the comments that I get, and it's happened for a long time. I get negative comments, and as I've grown in this world, as I've grown in this industry of you know, and being more on the internet and having the podcast and doing the videos and coaching people and across the board making this stuff happen, I get these negative comments. And as I've become more experienced over the years, I realize that these negative comments that I get, not really about me. So, and I've said it in the past, you know, winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners. And when I look at negative comments, the most successful people in the world, my friends who are very successful, don't leave any sort of negative comments. They just don't. They don't have the time. They're focused on winning. They're focused on their goals, their objectives, their priorities in their life. So now when I see negative comments, I either just say okay, or I offer some solutions. Because the reality is, if you're maybe a target of negative comments, maybe you're the one leaving them, it doesn't really matter. Understand that that person is in an immense amount of pain. They don't like themselves. They don't like the way they look. They don't like the money they're making. They're unhappy in their relationship. And I look, and now every once in a while I'll click on a profile, and it's a man who's overweight. He's got a family. He's got kids. And I'm like, this is a father. And as I've become more experienced, I just comment back, man. Like, hey, listen, obviously you're in a lot of pain. Let me know if you need anything. One of the most recent ones, which he actually reached out to me, he said, dislike. Simple as that. And I just said, no worries, man. I'll give you a like. That sat with him for a year. And he messaged back a year later and commented an entire paragraph of how he was at his lowest, and he had thought about that comment for a year. That thing just was hanging over his head for a year because of a simple thing of me going, don't worry, man, I'll give you a like. So if you're the person that's out there trolling people, you have a choice to make. You need to make a fucking choice. Are you going to be that troll, the internet, you know, keyboard warrior that's in pain, that's unhappy with the way he looks, unhappy in his relationship, unhappy with the amount of money he makes? Because the reality is there is no world, there's no universe in which a happy, successful, high-value individual that's pouring into others, has gratitude, that's vulnerable, that gives, is commenting that way, is communicating that way. It's the whole thing. If you got nothing nice to say, you don't say nothing at all. So the individuals that lash out, all they're doing is trying to transfer their pain to you. And if you're doing that, all you're doing is trying to transfer your pain to someone else. And I see through the bullshit. And here's the thing, I don't even get mad anymore. People get all fired up. Don't you want to like fire back? No, man, those guys are in pain. They're depressed. They're overweight. They're not making the money that they want. Their relationships are shit. They're living like shit. They're living by pleasure and not purpose. They're living by the seat, flying by the seat of their pants instead of discipline and consistency. I see it. So being the steward of humanity, being a coach of humanity, being the person that I am supposed to be to inspire, educate, and motivate others to live a more healthier and successful life, because that's my fucking mission on this planet. What kind of person would I be to cast them out? So I want to help them. If that's you, I want to help you. I want to change your perception. I want to change your perception of yourself. So take inventory of what goes through your head. Take inventory of when you're ready to throw a negative comment out there. Is it really about that person? Are you unhappy with yourself and need to start working on yourself and go look in the mirror and do that self-mirror check and see, where do I stand in life? And if you're that person that has left a negative comment, or if you're leaving a negative comment on this fucking video, hit the link in the description. Message me. Get into the fucking Agoge. Let's change your perception. Let's motivate, inspire you, and educate you to live a more healthier and successful life. We'll see you in the fucking Agoge.